For that, right as we join, we got somebody requesting things in auto. Welcome, everybody. Simulator Sunday, the last Sunday of June 2024. We went to, well, we're operating the BNSF boob here. For those who remember the calculators, you'll get it. No 5 at the end of it, so we'll just call it boob. We have some San Diego bound cars kind of on the way from San Bernardino. Stopped here in Porphyry in Riverside to grab the cars here, and we'll take them the rest of the way down to San Diego. I think the trip is, I mean, it's where the train disappears is not very far off the main line. Depending on the traffic and everything on the rails, it shouldn't take, you know, I don't know, an hour and a half or something. We'll see if we got time left over, what to do after that. But yeah, we'll get this thing going. I'm going to double up here. What did they do to Run8? It's so laggy. You're saying the stream's laggy or your game's laggy? I saw you join, Mr. White. Who knows what they did. So back in here again, boob 8008. Let's go ahead and get our butts up past here. Wonder if we're going to be crossing the... I don't think we'll be as long as the crossing. The game is laggy, huh? Yeah, I'm not having that issue. It's weird. Very strange indeed. Okay, let me bring her up here. Did already calibrate the rail driver before. So we're going to pull forward and then we'll back in and grab the San Diego cars that are here in Porphyry. So the game's just laggy without dropping frames. That is weird. Yeah, so it's not CPU bound, or at least it's not video bound. Yeah, I don't know. So do you have motion blur or anything on? Because I don't normally run that stuff. Oh, I think here it comes. Took a little minute to get going there. Not sure what was going on. I'm coming downhill, so I don't know why it's... Maybe the rest of the train's uphill. I think the update's a culprit. Let me make sure I have my stuff here. Because that could be coming my way, like I said. Everything's off. Look at the locomotive here. Oh, no. Oh. I saw the brakes were on. I must have hit the air brakes. I didn't realize I did that. Probably when I pulled my microphone over to me. Rail driver's right behind the mic underneath, so pull it over and bam, hit the auto brake bar. Makes more sense now. All right, so I'm going to start a countdown timer right here. Got 2,500 just shy of it behind me. And we're going to get another 1,500 or so, 1,800 from Porphyry here. I think I'm going to block that crossing. Go back in the engine so we can see what we're doing here. Oh, I didn't realize the Republican Bag Company cars were full. I looked earlier. I didn't see any over here, but when I looked over there, see nothing there. We got the AC on because it's 106 out here in Riverside area. 99 here in the cab, which sucks. We got cold air blowing on us a little bit. As long as that cold air is blowing on us, the temperature around us isn't really that bad because that cold air hits us and makes it a little bit better. 1,200 feet to go. I believe I am going to block this crossing for a moment. So that cop right there is going to be... Actually, there's one on both ends there. A cop here and a cop over here. Not going to be very happy with me. Go over here on the depot on my Google Chrome browser. One that I don't show you guys because OBS doesn't like Chrome. Bring my map up to make sure that I'm paying attention where I'm at. I'm going to go on page 6 of that map. $750 feet to go, so we're going to stop like right on top of the crossing. $600 feet to go. So we have the ES44 and then the Dash 9 right behind it. That thing's all beat up. Perfect. We also have another switch down there that right past the station. That right now we're switched to the main, but we don't want to go on the main. But with 350 feet left, I don't think that's going to be a problem. What's up, Gray? Go to the rear of the train here. That's the wrong rear. Go to this one. So again, we're going to get those guys right there as soon as this I-beam crosses that switch. Use a little dynamics to bring us to a slower stop. I mean, we're at 4. Three and a half with half to go. See, there is a little bit of lag, but I always thought, you know, that could be the fact that I'm rendering this video live, you know, that's how it, the OBS rendering it. So let me come in reverse here. See, we're in notch, quad notch, quattro, the game. All right. All right, I'm trying to get going here. Let's see. Let me get another notch in there. 5. Gonna bunch it up here. Got 300 feet to go or so. And then I have more locomotives down underneath the bridge down there. Not the bridge I'm going underneath, but the other one. I need additional power, but I should be fine. Right now I'm at 3.4 with these cars, and the ones I'm picking up are all empties. There's some, about half this load is full, the other half's empty. So 3.4, add a bunch of empties on. I think I'll be about 2.5 or so. I don't think they're gonna miss that Dash 9 if I take it with me. Probably might be able to do with one locomotive, probably not. We got 2. It's all downhill anyways. Gonna go down into the from the, what do you call it? Like the terrace down in the basin, Orange County Basin. Was a issue earlier, about an hour ago, that the server died on us. Not sure what happened, but I'll save this train and save the location in case it does. I mean, I have the train. I would just go in a single player if that were to happen. It would put me in single player auto-magically. All right. I am just going to cheat with the air. Sure everything's good. Okay, we are clear of the crossing, which is good. More cops can go do their job. Go into the rear of the train. Put on an EOT here. We're going on the main line. Well, partial and FM62 will open it up all the way. Of course, it's not going to make the noises. So we'll auto EOT it. That should have done it. Nope, not going to do it today. Maybe it's this car that won't allow it. That's fine. What's up, Katie Deck? Okay, so I got the independent brake on full. Let's release the handbrakes. Here the car's starting to separate and stretch a little bit. Good to go. I don't know why it keeps putting me out on that side. I'll be out on this side. So as far as my train here, I'm going to do 2 saves. I'm going to save the world here in case something happens. Let's see. Porphyry 2. And then I'm going to save this train specifically. Kind of had a loose one going here. We're at, it was SBD to something. Well, we could say this is an MSDD, which is San Bernardino SDG, and today's the 30th, last day of the month. We'll just save that there. As this was a stop in Porphyry, it's still a train that is going down to Sand Dog. So back on the map, if we look here, so in Porphyry Yard, mile marker is 22.8. We're headed down to San Diego. We got to watch the display, the dispatch screen here in a second. Make sure no trains are coming at us. And we're going to do a cutoff off the Atwood Junction with this 40.6. So 22 to 40 is just about 18 miles, or about 18 miles. See how that works out for us. Auto is on. Wow, I don't see anybody. No trains here. Those signals are dropped there. Were trains earlier. All right, let's go ahead and get going up here. Lights go to bright. Coming off on the independent brake. We'll get going here. Signals. Level crossing signal should come on, but the cop move. Good old V-dub. All right, couplers look good. Grade's good. We got to get up here to throw this switch. We're going to throw this switch here. Get back in the cab. We'll have to throw that switch after we pass it. But for now, let's go ahead and dispatch yourselves out. Or call dispatch. Let them know we're coming out. Hey, bro, we want to go to San Diego. Heard the weather's better. 78 and sunny instead of 105. They call them at the next control point. Okay. So we're here with this switch. We're going to call them right here, Prado. This is probably a couple miles away. So let's watch our speed as we're still in the yard. And I'm going downhill too right now. Negative 0.35% decline. We'll start a counter downer right as soon as we hit the main here. 3, 2, 1, now. A little dynamics. Crossing bell, lots of things going on right away. Have a whistle board that we passed, but we're not 40, so we'll turn on the whistle, or correction, the bell, crossing bell. We'll start beeping away as we get closer to this crossing up here. I also don't want to slow down too much. You can go 15. Felt like I was going to get going a lot faster though, so. All right, 69.50, we're boob. Again, new calculator, guys from the old school days, look at the number. That's boob. All right, intermediate signals up here flashing at us. We're now speeding officially. Back end of the train is not yet out of the yard. We got 2,800 feet left to do that. We'll bring her down. Well, I mean, we're below, as long as you're below 17, we're not speeding. 16 would be okay. It'd be at 15.9. It's still 15. Hope everybody's got some fun and safe plans for the America 4th of July. Thursday, America Day. For those in modern schools, America Day is where we kicked the British out of our country. Well, we didn't want them here anymore, and they said too bad, and then we pulled guns on them and said, no, we mean now. And they pulled guns on us, and we shot them. And they shot us. So they left. We're going to celebrate that. We're at 200 and a whole bunch. July 4th, 1776, we told the British time to leave, and they fought us for 2 years. Does anybody know the exact date without looking it up? That they surrendered? Because I certainly do not. I do not remember that portion of history, but I can Google it. Have to. All right, let's see what we got here. We got nothing. Coming up on the Prado. We're coming up on it, so let's go ahead and let's ask dispatch again. So we're boob. ENSF boob requesting signal down to San Diego. SBD SDG 30. That's kind of hard to say a couple times fast. Going to be slowing down here. I'm be out of the mount, so let's run back. Let's lock up this switch back for mainline operations. Okay, now that means we can go faster now. So the distance from where we are to this signal, which is Prado, it looks like we're on top of the signal, but it's still, that's going to be the next absolute signal. It's going to be up there a ways. You fell asleep in history. I mean, I fell asleep in history class all the time, as well as every other class that I took. And after I got out of school, I actually started enjoying history. Like, you know, history on my own research, trying to figure out certain things. Like the area we're in now was inhabited by a lot of different people. Lots of crazy stuff happened in Mexico. That was actually Spain was in charge of it. What's going on up here? Slow down because we don't know what that is, but you see stuff. Like they're working up there, but I see the red lights. Just like that crossing is under construction or something. Yeah, from the distance I saw the bright orange. I'm like, what's going on? I thought those were signals or something. So we'll bring it to a back up to speed here. And it worked. Oh, look at that. I've never had that view before. Inside the dash Trash 9. All right, we'll notch up here. We get boob going. You're coming late. Why does he keep calling it boob? Exactly. I still think this is an intermediate signal up here. Not Prado. Prado's right as we go up the hill and it goes into 3 tracks. Let's cross over before we go up here. What I never checked is HBT is 2.2. Perfect for San Diego train from here, you know? It's like, it's a manifest, not high priority. We have 0.2 more than the minimum. 1.8 here. 2.0, I believe, is for San Bernardino here. We have enough power. 19 loads, 51 empties. 4,100 tons and 4668. It's like perfect because San Diego isn't that far. Something like 60, 70, 80 miles. But we can't do all that because that doesn't exist in Run 8. So we're just going to take it to the end. Watch the train disappear on us. Our signal rules ahead are an approach signal. Going to keep us down around 30 or not above 30. Two signals later is the potential stop. So we have one more intermediate. I'm sorry, we got the next one. The next one will be, if it's flashing yellow, it would be an advanced approach or Approach medium. Now we only have one more signal till we got to slam on the brakes.
Milepost 26.4, main 2, ambient temperature 93 degrees.
Yeah, approach. Stop at next signal. I just looked it up to verify. So we're coming up on 30. Going to notch 2, hopefully. As long as the rail driver gives that to me. Wait, I just realized. So, Mr. White, like when everybody texts, there's just in I use on Sundays I use OBS Studio, and there's a heart over the very end of the text. So I can't ever see it till it goes up. I just saw you said you fell asleep in history class that day. I think we covered the revolution more than a couple days, more than just one day for sure. Blow out these poor folks' eardrums there. Just waiting for the Metro link. All right, I think we can get the mouse out of the way so we can go ahead and tone the dispatcher now. Should give us our signal. Just want a light. We're going to Sand Dog. Please. All right, so we got an okie dokie. We are speeding by a few miles an hour. Doesn't show up here, but now we got the signal, so now let's go ahead and crank it up. Track speed for the manifest here is going to be 50 miles per hour, standard freight maximum speed. We do have a speed reduction somewhere along the path here. Looking for that right now on the map. So I'm seeing .45 after the intermediate though. Got a set of intermediate, 2 sets of intermediate numbers or signals coming up, but it's going to be where I'm seeing that we're going to have a slower downer on a little bit after the detector, about 33 or so. I'm really starting to speed up here. Let's slow her down. Working on the dynamics just a little bit. I think. Kansas City barbecue, no kidding. So I was stationed in Point Loma when I was, I used to be down there years ago. What's up, Train Whisperer? So yeah, I don't, I mean, I ate at some restaurants every once in a while down there. We usually just went to the bars down like TB and OB and so forth. Here's my clear. Don't want to slow down too much. This is Prado right here. Basically, just going to be going down into Anaheim here. So it's houses and so forth. It's It's a location between Corona and the backside. So it's Anaheim Hill, the backside of Anaheim, coming up into Tustin and so forth. So it is rural, but it's got houses and stuff in it. Yeah, I was on submarines. I was a sonar tech on submarines. But yeah, there's a lot of there's you know, tracts of homes here. So this is kind of like right at the line of the two counties, Orange County we just went into, behind us Riverside County where Porphyry was. We use this third track over here, main one, as a siding all the time. Come off the dynamics a little bit. We'll speed her up because we're starting to slow down too much. All clear is there. It's funny that this is not a long trip at all. This is actually pretty quick. If they ever connected San Diego, it would be a lot longer. We'd do the whole 2-hour stream if it was connected. So here we've got a 50 speed reminder. We're not reducing. Here's full track speed for us. There's 50 for us. The Spooks 707s. Yeah, there's two crews on attack submarines at the same time. On missile boats or Ohio class, whatever you want to call them, ballistic submarines, there's actually two physical crews. One takes the boat out for a couple months and then comes back and they swap out crews. But fast attacks don't do that. You have the same crew, but within that you have the forward half and the aft half where you work. The aft half are nukes. You got machinist mates, electricians mates, and what the hell's the third one? Enginemen. No, is that what they're called? ENs, ETs, and MMs, yeah. Well, I mean, we did espionage, anti-espionage, and espionage stuff all the time, too. Periscopes and antennas and all that stuff. Special Forces deployment. I got a speed reduction here. Coming up in 1 mile. Down to, well, that says 50. That's temporary. We're already below that anyways. Yeah, we go through a lot, really learning. You have 1 year to get we call them fish, but they're dolphins, submarine warfare. And unlike the surface Navy, they focus, now I'm speaking probably out of turn. If somebody has their ESWAS and their surface Navy, forgive me. I don't really care because I wasn't on the surface fleet. But my understanding is that you guys do in the boat, and I've heard people say, oh no, we do that. You don't do it like us. We have to draw every system on board. and walk around and point at anything and know exactly what it is and how to isolate it. Every valve on board, every on-off switch, with, you know, the major components of every system, we have to learn and memorize. We do tag outs for them and all kinds of safety stuff. But like, even I didn't operate the nuclear reactor. I wasn't qualified to do that, but that's qualified to do anything, including flush the toilet, believe it or not. But they go down, and you can, you know just the absolute basics to be able to kind of help anybody out in their space. I was a sonarman. Not everybody knew how to do sonar, but everybody went through the simple, this is what sonar is, and they had to answer questions on that. And then at the end, on their board, when you get tested, you have to, whoever the questionnaires are, you know, you have a officer, a chief, and an enlisted, and they can ask you anything they want. They got like, was an hour and a half, 2 hours. Draw this, draw that. What's this do? What's that do? And depending on how well you do, you either have to go find information, you fail, or you pass. Usually everybody has to look up something. I don't know who can't respect a gassy locomotive burrito eater. Unless you're stuck in the cab with them and you got nowhere to go. Maybe that's not as good. Maybe that term for that isn't respect. That's something else. Usually some sort of anger. Really depends on how you process that burrito and share it with everybody else, you know. Because in sonar, there is usually about 4 watchstanders plus the supervisor. So there's 5 in this little room, and there's like 6, 7 chairs in it. And I say chairs loosely. They're squares that have backs on them. Your knees are up against the console. But, you know, you let loose in there, and there's really nowhere to go. We have fans for cooling and water cooling, all kinds of crazy stuff, but can't really get out of there if you're doing stuff. If there's nothing going on, like we smoked in submarines back when I was in. I came in a little too late to smoke in sonar, but we were allowed to leave and go down to the auxiliary machinery room to smoke, where the diesel engine is, and the air, like, they cleanse the air, they scrub the air. You got CO2 burners and the H2 scrubbers. It's been so long, I may have flipped those around, but basically go down there where you can, where the air gets cleaned. It goes up to the fan room, and the fan room distributes it everywhere. Of course, you can smoke anywhere back aft past the reactor. The reactor compartment is about 10 to 15 feet behind where you would sit to eat. The reason I say 10 to 15 is because, you know, the room is bigger, the core is, you know, smaller, and our fuel tank for the diesel engine is the same one, pretty much the same kind we have in this thing. Very similar to what's inside here. That's our backup juice squeezer, so we can get create electricity. Of course, we had to be at periscope depth to use that. Reactor, you don't need to, because you don't need air to run the reactor. Yeah, about 10 feet, 15 feet from the reactor, everybody hangs out. But what would if the first officer lights one off? What do you do? Do you write him up? I mean, do you scold him? What do you do if your FO decides to drop a bomb? And how do you enforce that? Because on submarines, somebody does something stupid, you can tape them up, leave them taped up for a couple hours. Oh, verbal lashing. So you're saying my stream is if you clip my stream, I don't know if you're gonna, because I mean he can say, well, that's through a stream, so that's, you know what I mean, that's, I don't know if that's gonna work, because it's not doing that for me. The fact that it's going out to YouTube and you're watching it on YouTube, there's many factors. I don't know that that's, I have 0% drop frames, and YouTube is a whole nother situation. So if your game is skipping, if your simulator, you have it, I would do it that way. But if you see it through mine on YouTube, that's, he's going to tell you that's YouTube. I mean, kind of is. You can, I mean, this is public, so you can always use this. I'm just telling you that that's not an acceptable, you know, it's not, that doesn't prove anything, the fact that it's skipping in YouTube. Yeah, so I run, I have an NVIDIA, I don't know if you can see this, let's see. I don't think it comes up for you guys. So I have the GeForce Experience because I run an NVIDIA video card. And the GeForce Experience, I have it set up so I can at any time capture the last 5 minutes of gameplay, or just hit Alt F10. Of course, that's how I also record things for YouTube. I'm going to edit them. But when I hit Alt F10, it automatically grabs the last 5 minutes. I don't know what ATI has. ATI, I believe that's the other video card manufacturer. Keeping it right at 50 here, trying to run that line. Starting to get a little more acceleration, but coming down to Santiago Canyon, I think this is called. Then we get done with this here, I'm guessing in the next 15 minutes or so. Then we'll maybe head over to San Bernardino and do some auto wrecks. Get my mouse over here. So we are all routed all the way through all the sub, and the train will disappear when it hits this. We got over here. This is me. We're almost there. These cars are, I already did the same thing earlier. There were cars that were at LAJ, and I took them earlier today down to just past La Mirada, LMC. They were in a siding, and then I connected to them and took them down to San Diego. So I have an advanced approach coming up. A diverging route. So Boobs has a switches line for another train. Would be me. That's what they said, but I think that's because that's the end of the line for us. We have a diverging route coming up anyways. Oh, the question, good question, is the game worth the buy? It really depends on if you're willing to buy it. I will say, I purchased this simulator in, whenever it came out, I don't remember the exact day, March or whatever, 2022. And I do this nearly every single Sunday. just because of the time that I have now. Not as much as I used to. So I have hours and hours and hours of doing this. This is just version 3. I also have all the add-ons, nearly all of them. Some of the engine packs I don't have because I don't care.
Repeat, no defects. Total axle 292. Train speed 45 mph. Ambient.
I also have a rail driver, which is like if you do flight simulator, you usually fly with a joystick or a flight yoke. A rail driver is a train simulator joystick, if you will. I also use one of those. So I've invested in this simulator a couple $100. I would say $350, $400, not counting the rail driver. Bringing her down in speed here. This is diverging, coming off this main onto the orange sub main. Started that cycle a little too soon, so. It has a little bit of a learning curve, but you know, we're here. I've got all kinds of videos that help you with that learning curve. All right, diverging clear. Yeah, the rail driver makes things way different. Here's the orange sub, so now we're on our way to Sand Dog. And again, as soon as the front wheels come off the tracks at the end of the line here, the train will disappear. So I already have a copy of it. This is going to San Diego, so as soon as it disappears, we will go and... Actually, I'm going to AI it once we get to that end of the line. I don't want to cause a server disruption. Not supposed to, but it will definitely disappear. And Jerry Brown, the governor, he's saving up for a rail driver. I use a mouse too. You can see right here, you know, that's how I look. I turn and look. You can use your keyboard in this. You can absolutely use your keyboard. There's all kinds of keyboard controls to do everything. I don't though. I use that joystick, that rail driver. So we're bringing to a kind of a stop here, and the line will be coming up. What's up, CSX train? How you doing? Down to 23. Sunkissed Orange, I think we just passed. Down there, that's down here in Anaheim. We could be in like Tustin now, I'm not sure. Bell's still going because I have a crossing coming up. There is a switch up here that goes into the industry, and that's the last industry. I'll stop right after. Jeffrey, how you doing, my friend? So this is not a game, and I already talked about how I stream every weekend this game for 2-3 hours for the last 2 years, so 2.5 years almost. So I could say yes. Many hours. So if I didn't like it, I don't know, I wouldn't be on here that many hours. And it's not actually a game, it's a sandbox. So if you just buy it outright and you start doing stuff, there's nothing in it. There's no trains or nothing. You have to create them all. Luckily, there's the depotserver.com that can help you with all that. They have guides and maps and scenarios that you can load in. And they make the realism. I'm currently on a multiplayer server, which is what I play the majority on. I keep hitting the wrong one. So the Mateo community server currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other. Well, we did a couple other, now 3 more now besides myself. I'll stop here right at the end of this bridge, and then we'll let AI take it off map. You can see the signal maybe way up there. That's where the track ends, because that's the ocean. So we're in Irvine. That would go down along the ocean, but they have never connected this to San Diego and Run8. Well, happy congratulations, Jeffrey. Right after I get past this guy, yeah, not yet. Who knows if they're going to. It'd be nice. I mean, they spend enough time on the East Coast now getting everything. They should finish this stuff. Bring her to a stop here. Using dynamics. I'm going to put on some air brakes here. Train brake. You can hear the air on the wheels. Yeah, what's special about this simulator, unlike the train games, is that the physics, the way the train operates, the way that it starts and stops, is much more accurate to real life than anything else. So yeah, the graphics aren't the greatest. If you look at it, you're like, yeah, okay, but on the other games, you can't do this, and you can't. There's that other place I was talking about. There's my Witchers. You can't fly across the entire world and go wherever you want to go. You cannot do that in Train Sim World. It's not possible. As the main line I was on, and now I'm coming over here towards La Mirada, and you can do that. These are all the different DLCs. So this is your base game here. So anywhere in Mojave, it takes about an hour to go from here to Barstow. Takes an hour to go from here down to Cajon, and then you go down Cajon. So if I drive from where I'm at right now, which I'm just off this, well, you see me here, right here, off the Olive Sub. From here, and if I go this way, down up the Cajon Pass, which I would then come out right here where my arrow's at, or my mouse, I'll go all the way up here like this to Barstow, and I come into the Barstow Yard, which is right here. So from where I'm at right now to over here in the Barstow Yard, to drive it literally take you 6.5 hours. And these are all, we do humping operations and everything. Again, this is a multiplayer server, so people are always working on it. You got outbound trains here ready to go. So people will drive those out. Trains are still spawning in because I teleported here. You've got a Union Pacific / SP train here. What is this one called? So this is it's going to CI. So this is came up from wherever. Now it needs to go down to City of Industry. So that's going to take a long time as well. And there's trains always moving around here. This is coming from LA and it's going to Chicago. Let me get back to my train. So that's why the graphics aren't like super crazy like Train Sim World. But again, Train Sim World, the graphics are only crazy. So if you're here, everything looks beautiful. But if you go like here, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing past that. So it's all hidden. You can't see outside of that. And plus, Poolan! What's up, boss? Plus, you can't, it's getting a little bit better, but it's, you know, you're limited. You have to do what they want you to do for the most part. There's the back of my train. We are going to AI this guy, Sand Dog. That way it drives it off, the train disappears, and it's not my problem anymore. So say bye. Stand here and watch this train go by. And somebody just asked about that. I'm not going to watch. There are no other trains coming by. This is a one track leg here. So we'll wave to them. That's called a crew change right there. Yeah, so CSX ones, I mean, there's some coal trains here, but I think over on the East Coast you see a lot more of them because that's where most of the coal's produced, dug out of the ground and stuff. So this is Ahmed IP switch. Ah, I get it. And Anatoly Idlewild is the conductor there. So that train's off to San Diego. As soon as the front wheels fall off the track here, this whole thing will just up and disappear. That's how it works in Run 8. Some auto racks. I saw a new skin. You can kind of see cars in it, but I didn't get them. I got some graffiti cars too, but they were just a proof of concept. I haven't done my graffiti stuff yet. So it's not the best. You mean this? This is the best simulator out there for trains. There's nothing better than this one at all. The other ones are games. This is not a game. This is a simulator. It acts and behaves like a real train does. We have real engineers that are here that will tell you it's pretty dang close to the real thing in real life. Oh, up north in Spokane? I thought you guys were all like hydroelectric. You didn't need coal. All the liberals up there whining about it all the time. He's getting up there. Look, they're doing like almost 50. Here's one of my trains. That one too. Oh, I didn't know that was a full one there. The Amtrak trains, I think they might spawn here, but because this, you know, there is no actual San Diego, that thing should like literally up and disappear in a minute. Waving bye-bye. We do have Amtrak, and I converted my Amtrak over to the Metrolink. That'll disappear. Like if I wanted to do, which I can't stand driving that stuff, Don't like passenger. Well, it can't be about that. Like I said, it takes all the memory, so you can't. It's not possible to have those, mouth-watering graphics and be able to go from here and fly, or walk if you wanted to take 5 days to walk to Bakersfield. You couldn't pull that off in a computer simulator. It's just not possible. So let's see, load save. I did one stream where I kind of rescued one. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's in the channel if you hadn't seen it. Metrolink, Inland Empire. So Riverside Line. Let's see what this looks like. See, that's Amtrak. Oh, it overwrote my thing. Son of a gun. I had this custom skins that weren't Amtrak. Think. See what else I got. I don't know. I don't care. Not really into passenger. I mean, it's one thing riding on them. It's a whole nother thing. What are these doing? Oh, these are outbound. There's the San Diego one right there. Okay, let's head over to San Bernardino. So we're right here in the Olive Sub, right here. We're gonna basically here. This is why you can't have eye candy. We're going down the main, and we're going to go all the way to San Bernardino the way that you would drive the train. This will take about 5 minutes, and I'm flying, not walking it. So I'm doing about 110 miles an hour right now. Because if I were driving, I'd be driving, max speed on a train would be 70, depending on type of train. So I'm going faster than the train would be going right now. So I'm doing about 100 miles an hour. Like a helicopter. And cutting corners. So this is why Train Sim World did it similar to this. There's no way they'd have those graphics. It's just not possible. But we're headed to San Bernardino now, where I came from initially. Got a bunch of auto racks there. We'll go take care of those. And this is the route we just took. So it took us an hour. When I started the stream at 3:30, it's now 4:33. So it took an hour to get there. And we just did it in about, 2 minutes? Close to 2 minutes, because I'm not even there yet. And you can do this anywhere that the map is connected. There's Porphyry. Here's where we started. I literally started from right here an hour ago. Well, if they went to again, they wouldn't be able to load all the assets like this on Unreal. Map's just too big. I'm not saying they can't use Unreal, but it would be sparsely populated like this with the same models, because it's just too much memory for your computer would never handle it. The game would just crash. Here's the first industry coming from Porphyry. This is Brooker's Mill in the city of Riverside. I mean, their code is still terrible. They have the same problems that Train Sim World 1 had. I used to work out in a gym off this street, LA Fitness. Actually, it's this one here. Not there. In the sim. Sim takes place in the 90s. That track doesn't go all the way through. It should. We're almost to San Bernardino. I live over there by those little hills where I'm at right now. Those houses over there, I live in those houses. Where the stream's coming from. Right over there. And we're coming up on, so this is Colton. West Colton is right over there. The train yard, West Colton. And then we're still in Colton. I go by these all the time. I work over there. Now we're in San Bernardino Yard. And then that's the mountains that go into the Mojave Desert over the side of that. So, yep. So we've basically flew all the way over here. Now, those are going to go to Phoenix. We can get those out of here if we want, but I think we're going to attack the auto racks over here because we don't have, only got about an hour left. So we'll start here and we'll see what we can get done. Let me see. Okay, cool. The little switchers are here. I want to get these switchers. I want to pull these guys out that are over here and put them on the back. So let's get things going here. Already now have these guys. How's my switches? That's weird. Oh, I must have hit the bell. I'm like, the bell doesn't normally come on. Hit it by accident. So we're going to go get the, like, these are ready to go on a WSP. We have to go up here and pull these guys out first and attach them. These are all WSP. All right. We'll wait here. We're going to assemble the auto racks and then send them on their way. We'll probably have to get more power from the yard over here. I'm going to take my drone out and film these areas too one day. Every time I think about it, I'm like, eh. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of, like, all the groundwork here is all like that red brick. Oh, I mean, not brick, but the red rock, like the lava rock. Just all nice and pretty, and lots of cars come out of these things. What I think about the graphics on this game, I think they're good. Plus, you can put your own in if you want. You can change the skins of these. What do you think about the graphics? Some of the older models have, like, you can see the lines on there. They're updating the models though. You also can't do that in Train Sim World. Just barely pass the switch and throw it. What's this? You need some of my cars? Talking about the graffiti ones. I need to make those. Again, those are just proof of concept to make sure I can do them. I just haven't had time to do those, and I'm not for a while still. Eventually I get settled down, I'll be able to whip a few out. How can you update the graphics? There's people that do it, and there's like a Discord for Run8. I mean, Run8's a small community. There's with a lot of people in it, and we like customizing everything. So can there's an enhancement Discord. The link is down below in the description for the Run8 enhancement Discord. You can go see what there is. There's different whistles. You know, I can change. That's the wrong one. Let's see, is it this one? So I could change the locomotive I'm on if I want a different horn, or, you know, people make these things. So I have if I want to change to it's early K5 LLA, and this should have a mechanical bell anyways. If I want that, so you can, you know, change all that stuff. Boring. What up? Okay, let me ride the back of here. What's going on, Arco? I see that EA has their golf game on sale, but I couldn't do it because I read the reviews. Like, that game sucks. Because we play 2K21 golf, and 23 is terrible, and then the EA one's even worse. Wow, look at that. Rice throws burritos at Arco, and so see, that did not connect. Oh, your barbecue broke? That is not good. All right, I'm gonna use the cheat here, but I'm gonna turn off the air. So I don't want to air up all the cars, but I do want it to be partial. So that one went partial. I want to go close. See the other one? I hate when it does that. If I go partial on this one, I can go open on that one. Go to the very end. Sure, that's closed. It is. Now we'll send air all the way through. Take off the parking brake. So we're coming from dead here. There's like there's no air bottle up whatsoever. So we have 42 on the brake pipe. Have to fill up these as well. The last car in the consist here. We got 29 in the brake pipe now. 8 in aux. So we got to air up the entire train right now. Oh, NM's here too. Holy cow. What's going on? Saying too much moose meat on the grill broke it? Good to have a smokehouse. I thought everybody up north had the smokehouses. You didn't have to worry about modern technology, you know, like propane and grills and stuff. Campfires or whatever. Moose and beaver. When you say it broke, I mean, was it a wheel that broke, or did the mechanism? Can't you just turn on the? Well, just pour gas on it and light it on fire. It should be good. I'll cook your food. What they do in NM's neck of the woods. It won't light. So your regulator on your propane tank or whatever is not doing so hot. That sucks. Yeah, it's probably the regulator and the grill. I mean, that's not an expensive fix, but it's, you know, you have to go through Amazon and wait 15 days till somebody can get a dog team up there to you. gonna get a new one. That's usually one way to look at it. So we're just waiting for these cars to air up here. Got a ways to go. So I click on the last car. You can see the brake pipe's at 55. We need that above 80 so the brakes are released. And then the aux reservoir and the emergency reservoir, those need to be up as well. And the brake cylinder is how much air is on the wheels. Right now they're 0. So, pumped up here. I think we're in notch 3. Yeah, notch 3. It's mechanical compressor or mechanical assist. Well, no, it's connected so to the engine. So a guy tried to barbecue in his sink inside his house. And this is, you know, pre-4th of July festivities. America. Pretty nuts. Wonder if I can, So these are bottled up. There's air in here. Air hoses are still connected. About these guys here. Oh, those aren't. Neither are those. Airlines are disconnected. All right. We're at 73. It's coming up. Now, of course, I can cheat if I want. Yeah, that's what keeps all the fire departments going. People. So, if we want to do this cheat, turn on the air, and now everything is aired up. Got our point across, so it's open and open. Oh, they didn't have running water, and the guy was naked, like barbecuing in his sink in his house. Yep, sounds pretty. Sounds like where Poolan's from as well. Took off a little fast there. Got some coupler stretching going on. Gonna pull forward. Hopefully we don't have to block that crossing and then back up. Be close. We do have air if we need it, but we don't need it. But the bright light says we're going to have a crossing up here. Once I get to this switch, I will start a countdown timer. You can hear me with the sound coming in. Ready to do that in 3, 2, 1, now. 3,000 feet. Gotta go past that signal. Right here, right now. Oh no, that's we're right here, duh. We're right here. Be a train going across there. I learned that these signals will be out. Okay, I'll give myself a restricting to come out of the yard. You can see it right there. It's restricting. Have permission to come out here. And then I'll back up as soon as the rear end clears that switch. 1,900 feet. Thousand feet to go. Leave on the bell as we add another crossing up here. So the tail of the train is past that switch. So I'm coming to a stop here using dynamics. So I get below like 2-3 miles an hour. Starting to apply them now. Independent brakes. Get a little bit of gas here because behind me, quite a bit of, gotta go up a little bit. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Brown. Gary Brown, now a supporter. And let's see. Oops. It won't grab. One of the ones that won't grab onto. Couple cars it won't let you grab onto. So I want to, let's see, we'll go here. Suppose I'll go to this track here. I can't clear it though, so we'll go to the next one over. Somebody locked it in. Thank you very much. I haven't figured out what to do for supporters. You know, I don't really do anything special right now because it's, you know, I got to figure out what I need to do. What things to offer you guys who are supporting. So we're going to use these 3 engines. So maybe I don't need to go all the way there. Maybe I will just, I'm shoving. I will just put it right next to it. And then I'll just pull each set out. This might need an auto, DPUs. See how long it is. It's going to be a lot longer, though, than the ramp that we're on. That's 3,000 feet, so this sucker's going to be long. Again, we can't... I need to stop it about here. We'll wait for it. We have 3 locomotives already here. These are empty, so it shouldn't be a problem for all 3 of them, plus this one. It's going to be, though, it's 9,000 feet or so. 8,000 feet. You can go to a maximum of 12,000 feet on BNSF. We definitely want to look at how we have our power situated if we need more. I still don't think that's a big deal. I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to send this whole thing out with the power that's here. Free. You can always jam another one on the front. Wish while I'm driving that train, click on this one and start it, but they let me do that. These are all WSPs. These are about 1,000 something a pop here. Look at the map on the depotserver.com for San Bernardino. See if I can go to map and the... Starting to get close here. I got to get my mouse on the screen and then move it. Start slowing down here. So look in here. These are, well, 2,800. So like 3, 6, 9. It's gonna be long for sure. It'll be long, but it's gonna AI because it's going off map. Are we okay? Not too bad. About 25 a piece. So 1, 2, that's 5, 10,000. Maybe a little more. Be long, but not too great. Not too bad. Almost 2 miles long. Go fund me for burritos. I don't know where you're shopping for burritos, but here they're not expensive at all. You go to McDonald's to get those breakfast burritos, probably not the right place. Not if you want authentic. All right, these cans are light, so we'll slam on the brakes there. Put on a couple of handbrakes. We barely are fouling this switch here. Could have probably closed that one, have to re-air it, but that's all right. After we get this out of here, we'll come back and deal with this. Handbrake on. We'll leave it running because, like I said, I'm going to come back and deal with that. So relinquish that train. Come start these up. Let's see what we're dealing with here. All right, so we're starting here in San Bernardino. This is going, well, it says it's from San Bernardino, which it is, but it's going to Chicago. I think we're going to WSP though instead. We're going to call today the 30th. All empties. Right now we've got 9.9 horsepower per ton. That's good. Let's get everything connected up and let's see what's going on. Push the wrong one. Want to do this. Where is this locomotive? Or a different one. That sounds terrible. I love it. Okay, so we got to come up here. Let's make sure our switches are set before we throw this one. Got to take a look at the traffic that we have. There's trains there. There are trains coming this way. Oh, I got to throw that. Actually, I can do that. All right, so I am now going to occupy this guy. Well, that's a helper pocket. No, no, no. I want to, I need to throw this one. I'll turn this pink here in a second. This probably whole thing, so that way this guy coming in, Otto's going to round him around. Now I am going to be coming onto the main. We have all this distance here that we can get up to this signal. This signal here that we can use to connect our Autorex. We might need a little bit more of that. Got 1,900 feet to go here. We got to pull past and then shove, pick up those other ones. All right, we're now occupied on the main, so I've got the headlights in bright. There's a couple locomotives over there we can use for DPUs if we need to. Those are all in use. We don't have a lot of room. We're going to run out of room pretty quickly. Could also assemble it here on this track, but once again, I run out of room doing it that. So let's see, right now we're at 2,700. I'm going to attach this one. This will put me at close to 4,000. There's the last car. $235 left. Two cars to go. One more. Great if I set the power just right so that it's the right amount. 3 miles an hour. I think I'm good. I can ride this one back. We should be coming back. Yeah, I have another. Don't have too much room up there. I wasn't paying attention. I don't want to crash in that car. That set of cars and brake stuff. I hit the brakes. I remember on Train Sim World 3, I did a video talking about the brakes. That's too fast. Okay, we got it. All right. See what we're at now. 52. All right, we still got plenty. So we got, I'm gonna do an up sensor up. Yeah, can I get past that one? I'm gonna give myself that right here, so that means I can use all of this to assemble this train. So let's do that. Now we have enough room. We have all the way up, so this signal is ours. It's restricting. Once we're in the block, we can go forward and backwards because we'll be in the block. We have all the way up to this signal here now. That should be plenty of room. So I have to go past this switch in order to connect to the next set. Let's see. Takes me here. And I'll connect to that, pull that forward, push back, grab that set. I do think I want to Okay, freight locals. I'm going to put a single mid DPU in there as an air compressor. For air brakes. Can't do anything with the train that we're pulling right now, so. Once we get past that, we'll deal with this other guy here. We're just past the signal, so we own this block now. Right, wait right here till the end. It's always good to have a side hustle. Got to pay for your hobbies, you know. That your backyard and watch trains go by for your days off. You do that from work too. All right, so I'm at 7.5 miles an hour. Start slowing her down here. We got 2 more cars. No, now I got 2 cars. Let me relinquish this, and then I'll start up this guy here. Change the symbol to X. Do it this way. Fine. I'm going right through there. -9 here. A little lag there. I try to grab the handhold. So we'll pull this cut out first. We won't have enough room to pull it all the way out and connect before take our big train out. That's okay, because once I connect this, we'll see what we're dealing with. All right, let me look here. What happened? Am I not in gear? All right, let's do this again. More than enough power to pull it. Could be way more than enough to pull it. Oh, I had sand on? I'm in notch 7. It's crazy. Only 2,400 feet. Thing's empty. It was just getting going. You don't want to come in too hot, smash the back of the auto rack ahead of us, so because we are going to couple. It'll be a mid DPU here. If we can get it there. Putting some amps down. Concentrating on getting the train where it needs to go here. Trash 9s, you're saying, are too slow? They're pretty slow to load up. One reason I don't really care much for them. For the front, make sure that this guy's still in control, because weird thing with Run8, it does this. I'll now have to reset this as the lead unit. Then I'll reset everything else here. Okay, so the last train, the last car is here. We'll ride the last one. And we'll pick up that set there. Total right now, we are at 7,700 feet. So perfect. Perfect. It's working out good. All right, let me go to notch 4. Handbrakes are off. We'll come off the independent brake slowly here. I think we're about halfway. Yeah, halfway of this. Yeah, maybe not halfway. Yeah, probably. Somewhere in that general area. See, where are we at? We're going to go up to there. We're more than enough. We'll be before the signal, so. Oh yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more cars to go. I hear him slam right now. Got it. See you later, Arco. I bring her to a stop here. Arco's got to go get his barbecue so he can get that moose grilled. May have put a little too much on there, brake or dynamic brakes. Got one car to go. A lot of stretching and compressing going on. The auto racks, so they move. There's a lot of play in them too. All right, so now we have a mid DPU. We got 3 on the front, a mid, so we're 3 by 1. Come on back here. Engineer will tell the conductor. The guy's helping build it back here. Hey, we're coming back. This is all good timing here because we'll get this built, we'll pull her out, and then it'll be on its way. San Bernardino Yard will be clear. A little too much brakes there. I got to give her gas to get her going again. All right, come on. I mean, we're pushing 7,700 feet of train. The DPU is not exactly very fast. Five miles an hour reverse, that's like that. Oh, come on. See the stretching, it stretches and it starts slowing down too much. I only need a little bit more. Slowing down too much. Need one. A little bit more than that because that's not going to be enough. Let's go notch 4 just to get it slammed in there. Over 1, so that's good. So the brakes are off. What our total train's dealing with right now. The 1,069 or 10,609 feet at 5,500 tons, which is perfect. HPT is 3.2, which is good for an auto rack. More than it needs, but not crazy. We have a DPU in the middle to help with braking. This thing's going all the way to somewhere. Let's get back in the cab here. Let's get up to our signal. So I have a DPU error probably because of that bridge right now. We'll pull it. It'll catch up. We're notch 4 in the front. You can see a DPU. I also need to get, well, let the AI do it. Put an EOT on it. I can actually DOT it though. Or EOT. If I can get back in the engine. There we go. Well, nothing on the rear, it says. Now there is. Wow, we're already past the Amtrak station there. All right, so we'll come up here to the signal, come to a stop, and then we'll send this thing on its way. Zero grade for us here, but there's some at the rear of the train. When I get around the corner to see the signal, so then I recrew it, the AI knows what's going on. Because, you know, if they can't see the signal, they won't know what to do. It's all fake because they know exactly what's going on. Wow, that chat turned out pretty big there. Kind of see how the tracks go down in like a little ditch right there where they go back up. This guy's gonna got enough horsepower to get up the Cone Pass there. Put some air on it. I don't think so. I think I'm gonna go cool off. I was in for a couple hours before, and yeah, I've been out here where it's pretty warm, so I think I'm done. Oh, there's that train coming right there. All right, well, let's AI this guy. And then, yeah, we'll just rail fan here. Yeah, so we'll rail fan here, and that'll be it for us. I was expecting to come in a little bit softer than that, but didn't. So that guy's on our track, so we won't be able to do anything there. Let me get on this screen. The AI is going to do what he does. Got UP coming. Victorville. All right, so that's going to do it for Simulator Sunday here as we rail fan this until the trains are out of here. I'm done talking, so I hope you guys have a great week. Enjoy your 4th of July, America. See you back here next Sunday for some more Simulator Sunday. You guys join me on Twitch on Wednesday nights, 5 p.m. if you want to see some baseball. That's it. See you guys on the next one.